Night running shoes have been my go-to for the last 3 years. I've built up quite a collection over the last few years and I've run over 4,000 kilometres in them. So I've hundreds of hours of experience of running in the Night brand. But which is best? Well, the real answer to that question is it depends on what for. The Alphafly 3, for example, may be the top end of the running lineup, but it'd be useless for a hike or a trail run, for example. It would be like using a racehorse to plough a field. So how can we determine which is best? Well, I wanted to give it a go by creating a fun scoring system to level the playing field, marking each of my Night running shoes on 6 criteria that highlights the strengths and the weaknesses of each. The scoring system is 1 being the worst to 5 being the best. Then we'll title each up and see which Night running shoe is the best pound for pound choice. The scoring system will be based on the following: 1 comfort, 2 durability, 3 weight, 4 cost, 5 speed and 6 versatility. Okay, before we get into the scoring system, please could I ask you that you hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. It's free and it helps get the video noticed by the algorithm of destiny here on YouTube. Okay, first up we've got the Nike Vomero 17. Nike upgraded the Vomero in 2024 and introduced their top of the range Zoom X foam to increase the comfort and premium feel. The result is a serious competitor to the ever popular Pegasus range, with many people believing that this is the superior of the two options. The Vemero is built for the neutral runner with a stack height at the back of 39mm and 29 at the front, so around a 10mm drop on these. There's a decent grip underneath on the outsole, which performs decently in wet weather. The shoe is aimed at runners looking for a well-built everyday running shoe to potentially pair with one of their more expensive race day trainers or shoes. So we'll start with comfort. The introduction of the Zoom X foam has seriously increased the comfort on the Vomero 17 compared to the previous versions, and has now elevated it to being a true long distance shoe that will keep you comfortable and fresh. Nike could have perhaps put a little bit more Zoom X foam in there to make it even more comfortable, but that would have probably increased the price beyond where the Vomero sits in the lineup. But from a comfort perspective, I'm going to give these a solid 4 out of 5. Durability. Well, this is easy. The durability of the Vomero is amazing. You could wear these for hundreds of miles and they'll still look new. Durability score 4 as well. Weight. So in my UK size 10, they come in at 323 grams, which is a fair weight in its class, to be fair. So from a weight perspective, heavier than some of the competition out there, I'm going to give these a 3. Cost. In the UK, the Vomero comes in at £144.99 on Nike.com. This is fair value, to be fair, for what you get in my opinion. And from a cost perspective, I'm going to give this cost score a 3. Speed. The Vomero is great for long base runs and tempo efforts, but probably a little bit heavy for fast efforts. So speed score, I'm also going to give it 3. Versatility. The Vomero has excellent versatility. It could easily be used as your daily wear all day trainer. It's good for walking, it's good for hiking as well as running. It's excellently durable, as I mentioned before, so this is an excellent versatile option for your do-it-all needs. So versatility, I'm actually going to give this a 5. So the Vomero score out of a possible 30 is 22. Okay, so next up we've got the Nike Zegama 2 trail shoe, released a few months ago with its new exceptional Vibram outsole, which fixed the biggest issue that we had with the previous version. The Zegama 2 is aimed at the trail runners who want a comfortable ride that's capable of covering any distance, including ultra marathons. We've got a 36mm stack height at the back, 32 at the front, equating to a 4mm drop. So let's start with comfort. There is a huge amount of Zoom X foam on the Zegama and it's superbly and supremely comfortable as a trail shoe. It's capable of keeping your legs fresh and your feet feeling fresh even on long hard efforts. So for comfort, I'm going to give this a 4. Weight. Coming in at 337 grams in my UK size 10. These are actually on the heavier side for trail shoes, with most other options in the space being lighter than these. So for this reason, I'm going to give the Zegama a 2. Durability. The Zegama 2 has already built a solid reputation for itself for exceptional durability for trail running. A very solid 5 out of 5 here, with hundreds of miles you can expect out of these. Cost. Now, these cost £164.99 here in the UK on Nike.com. So this is not a cheap option for trail running. And compared to the competition out there, it's probably overpriced when you consider the performance you get from it. I'm going to give the Zegama 2 here, based on that, a score of 2. Speed. It's pretty heavy, but when considering its use case, I think that it's a decent option for faster efforts on the trail. So for speed, I'm going to give it 3. Versatility. So the Zegama 2 is actually a great option for hiking as well, and pretty much anything in summer conditions. It can handle hybrid running pretty well, so if you're going to run on a race that's part on the road and part on the trail, then this is a very, very good option. So versatility, we're going to give it a 3 out of 5. So the Zegama 2 total score is 19 out of 30. Okay, so next we move on to the more premium offering in the trail lineup, the Ultrafly. So this is boasting a carbon plate and has a decent amount of ZoomX foam in there, and it's designed for trail race efforts. The Ultrafly offers a comfortable and stable ride for pretty much any distance for ultra events right up to and over 100 miles. We're going to start with comfort. So Nike has got the comfort levels on this absolutely spot on in my opinion with the Ultrafly. The responsiveness of the carbon plate together with the ZoomX foam offers supremely comfortable and stable ride, right from mile 1 to pretty much as far as you can run in these. The comfort score I'm going to give these is 4 out of 5. Weight. So coming in at 324 grams, these are a bit heavier than the other options, but it's a fair weight for what you're getting. So I'm going to give the score weight 3. Durability. So really good durability on the outsole and also around the heel. I think there's potential for some issues here on the upper, this vapor weave over a long period of time. So durability, pretty decent. I'm going to give it a score of 3. Cost. So sitting at the top end of cost in its field, the Ultrafly is a very expensive option and probably not the best bang for your buck. So it comes in at £229.99 here in the UK, and to be honest, unless you're a serious long distance trail runner and an avid Nike loyal customer, I would say it's probably too expensive. I mean, I like the Ultrafly, but I potentially regret buying them simply because I just don't do them justice in the volume of trail running that I do. So cost, I'm going to give these a 2 because I think they're probably a little bit too expensive for what they are. Speed. So the carbon plate and the amazing responsiveness that you get from the midsole, together with the amazing grip, the Vibram grip that you've got on these, means that you can get some really decent speed on some shorter trail efforts. However, these are still a little bit heavier than other options out there. So for that reason, I'm giving these a speed score of 3. Versatility. So the Ultrafly are aimed at summer trail running with pretty small lugs on the bottom, which really wouldn't be any good for winter running, especially here in the UK. You could run hybrid runs in these with no problem, part road, part trail. Versatility, I'm only going to give these a 2. So Ultrafly comes in at only 17 out of 30. Okay, moving on to the Invincible 3. In my opinion, the Invincible 3 is by far Nike's most comfortable running shoe. It's amazing for long runs and marathon training. It's pretty heavy and it's got a mixed reputation for hill slip, but you won't find any more comfortable options out there for base running and zone 2 efforts in my opinion. So let's start with comfort. So there is an extraordinarily enormous amount of ZoomX foam in these. You feel like you're walking on a trampoline in these. So this is the easiest 5 that I'm going to give in this entire test today. So comfort score 5. Durability. Everything about the Invincible seems to be built like a tank. Everything from the thick outsole to the excellent upper. This is going to last for many hundreds of miles. I use these as my everyday, all-day walking shoe, as well as for my easy runs, and I own 2 pairs of these which have both done well over 100 miles and are still in really excellent condition in my opinion. So durability, I'm going to give these a 4. Weight. So weighing in at 335 grams in my UK size 10, these are pretty heavy. However, that weight seems to become insignificant when you run in these because of the comfort levels that you get. The ZoomX foam really does keep your legs fresh. So although it's heavy, I'm not going to give it the worst score it could get, which is I'm going to give this a 2. Cost. So currently selling for £184.99 on Nike.com here in the UK. The Invincible are at the premium end of the range and is a significant outlay of anybody's money. Although there is an incredible amount of ZoomX foam in the midsole, they still feel rather expensive compared to the competition out there. And for that reason, I'm going to give the Invincible only a 2 for cost as well. Speed. These are not built for speed. They've not got a rocker and they've not got a carbon plate. They perform well for what they're designed to do, but they aren't any good really for a 5 or a 10k effort if you want to put in a bit of speed. So speed score also, we're only going to give a 2 here. Versatility. The Invincible 3 here are fantastically versatile for a range of different uses for wear all day, long runs, all of your walking, long distance and easy recovery runs, base runs, you name it, you can do it in this apart from anything fast. You could use these for other sports too, as they are more stable than the predecessor, the Invincible 2. So from a versatility perspective, these are going to get a healthy 4 out of 5. So the Invincible score comes in at 19 out of 30 possible points. Okay, so now on to Nike's premium super shoes, starting with the amazing Vaporfly 3. The Vaporfly 3 is likely to be the most popular shoe that you'll see on the start line of any half or full marathon, and it's earned a reputation as one of the very best super shoes on the market in 2024. However, some owners of the previous version feel that the Vaporfly 3 has been dulled down and isn't as aggressive as what the Vaporfly 2 was. But with a full-length carbon plate, full ZoomX midsole, super breathable upper, coupled with being one of the lightest of all the super shoe options out there, the Vaporfly 3 is great for all efforts and all distance racing. So let's start with comfort. The super springy ZoomX foam in these, together with a full-length carbon plate, gives a springy and propulsive ride. They are narrow through the heel, and although more stable than previous versions, still not the most stable for cornering. The tongue on the Vaporfly 3 still feels strange and a little bit too large in my opinion, and even after many months and several pairs of Vaporflies that I've owned, I still can't really get used to the tongue. So comfort score, I'm going to give this a solid 3. Durability. Now, racing super shoes are not designed for long-term durability, with minimum outsole coverage and breathable and almost transparent uppers, to be fair. But that said, I've done well over 200 miles in all of my pairs of Vaporfly, and they're holding up really well, with only a small wear noticeable on the outsole. I've also taken these on some gravel type tracks, which isn't ideal for an ideal use case for this type of super shoe. However, it stood up well, and there really isn't too much of a problem going on underneath. So durability score, they're not designed for durability, but this gets a solid 3. Weight. Now, these are exceptionally light, coming in at only 299 grams in my UK size 10, which is actually only beaten by the recent Asics Metaspeed Paris. So we're going to give this a well-deserved 5 out of 5 here for weight. Cost. Now, currently sitting at £244.99 on Nike.com here in the UK, the Vaporfly is a costly outlay. But the super shoe market seems to be getting more and more expensive at the moment, and although lots of money, the Vaporfly is priced reasonably for the market that it's in. So from a performance perspective versus cost ratio, I'm going to give this a cost score of 3. Speed. Now, lightweight and super responsive make the Vaporfly 3 an excellent choice for hard, fast efforts at all distances. Best in class with, again, Asics being the other option here. So I'm actually going to give this also a 5 for speed. Versatility. So as expected, the Vaporfly are useless pretty much for anything other than fast running. They feel really strange to walk in if you have to, and can be used on very mild gravel paths as well as roads, but not advised. So versatility, I'm going to give these a 2. So overall, the Vaporfly 3 comes in at 21 out of 30 points possible. So a very, very healthy score compared to the other options. Okay, so finally we come to the king of the Nike running shoe lineup, the Alphafly 3. This super shoe has been the most anticipated and, to be fair, the hardest to get hold of super shoe of 2024. Currently priced at a huge £284.99 on Nike.com here in the UK, boasting significant upgrades from the Alphafly 2, which have been well received by the road racing community. The Alphafly 3 is the pinnacle for long distance road racing, and I love wearing these. So we're going to start with comfort. These are an absolute dream. They have superb bounce from the ZoomX midsole, and they've also got the two ZoomX pods at the forefront as well. So the Alphafly 3 offers a truly remarkable level of comfort, with the ZoomX foam keeping its shape and responsiveness at all distances. The booty style fit is extremely comfortable and way easier to get on than its predecessor. So I'm actually going to give these a comfort score of 5. Durability. So if the Vaporfly isn't very durable, then the Alphafly 3 is even less so. You must, and I mean must, only use these on the road. If you take the Alphafly 3 anywhere else, other than perhaps a track, a running track, you will destroy these. Also, do not attempt to remove these from your feet using your other feet, because you will crack or snap the ZoomX foam at the rear of the heel. So durability, I'm going to give these only a 2. Moving on to weight. So coming in at 242 grams here in the UK, in a UK size 10. These aren't the lightest in the field, but they feel light when they're on. The responsiveness and comfort make them feel a lot lighter than they actually are. And given their fairly chunky design, I think that the weight is actually excellent compared to its size ratio. So I'm going to give the weight score a 4. Cost. So as I've already mentioned, these are £284.99 on Nike.com here in the UK, which is an eye-watering amount of money, even if the performance is exceptional. Buy these only for road races and use them sparingly. So cost, I'm going to give these only a 2. Speed. Now, these are amazing for speed at any distance from 10k to marathon. They'll keep you feeling fresh even in the final miles of a half or a full marathon, with a smooth transition through the midfoot and exceptional propulsion from the full length carbon plate into these two Zoom pods. So this is an amazing choice for speed efforts for long distances. So speed score, I'm going to give these a 5 as well. Versatility. So these are the absolutely least versatile shoes in Nike's entire lineup. If you attempt to use these for anything other than medium to hard efforts and road races, then you probably need to give your head a bit of a wobble based on the cost. Versatility score here, 1. So the Alphafly total score here is 19 out of 30. So there we have it. According to my scoring experience, the best pound for pound shoe in the Nike running shoe lineup for 2024 is the Vomero 17, representing excellent versatility, durability and superb levels of comfort at an affordable price. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and as always, if you've got any questions about what I've covered in it, some of the shoes mentioned in the video, then please do drop a comment below and let us know your thoughts. Am I right? Am I wrong? This was only intended to be a bit of a fun review, but if there are other options out there you prefer, I know that there's a new version of the Pegasus has come out, then let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.